Hello again. I'm Bob Weir with another interview of notable people in North Texas. My special guest today is David Magee, a nationally known stage performer who was tagged with the title The Entertainer's Entertainer by famous Texas Rangers pitcher Nolan Ryan. Dave will be performing at a fundraiser for Emily Klamkin on September 2nd at the Circle R Ranch in Flower Mound. Thank you for being here, Dave.
Thanks, Bob.
Let's begin by, well, first of all, let me say that you're known by other names as well, and I won't joke about other names, but I'll just say you're known as master of the mind, mentalist, illusionist. When you perform, people always ask how it's possible to do what you do, and I can relate to that because I've seen you up front and personal here at dinner parties and stuff where you do some of the stuff that people are take a good drink of that because I don't want to interrupt you. I don't want to interrupt your drinking. How is it possible? They ask. Well, how could you tell them how it's possible? It's something. It's something that you have learned to do over a lifetime, I suppose. And I don't know what to do next. Oh, where were we? You were saying?
No, Bob. It's just, I'm really fortunate to do what I love to do. I mean, how many people can say that they get to do what they love every single day? You know, people always say, well, "What would you do if you could do it?" And some people say, "Well, golf," but most people couldn't play at the level of golf if the people professionally, right? So I'm very fortunate, very blessed to get to do what I do for a living, and I just say it's just wowing people, really just helping them escape for reality, whether it's just a few minutes or an hour or so, but giving them an experience. That's the whole thing, an experience. I believe in life that every moment is an experience, and every moment should be an experience, something that you could share with somebody else, and that's what I love to do. Creating a wow moment.
And as I said, I can understand that because the times we've had you here for dinner parties and had some special guests here,
Sure.
and when they leave at the end of the night, they're all like saying, "I can't believe it. I just can't believe it." So you do leave an impression on everyone. Now, let me get on to. You've been the star of the. It's called the Ultimate Game Show.
No, World's Game
the World
Show.
Game Show at Windstar Casino in Oklahoma for several years.
Yep.
I've been there a number of times as your guest, and to see people winning hundreds of thousands of dollars by
That's
audience
amazing.
members. I mean, it's a tremendous amount
Yeah.
of money that goes. Cars, boats,
Yep.
everything. So
Yeah, it's our 7th year, going on our 8th year at Windstar. We've been very fortunate to have a great partnership, relationship with them also. And we give a lot of money, but the concept my business partner and I came up with was something that had never been experienced in, experienced in the casino industry. It wasn't just a game show. We call it the only show in the world with game because, as you well know, we bring in great world-class variety opening acts to open the show from Vegas, from Spain, from all over the world, Russia, our quick change artists. And so they open the show, and then we go right into my part, and we entertain, and then we get into the games. And all through the show, there's interaction between the mentalism or the magic or whatever it is that we're doing with the games, and it makes sense. So the people that don't get to come up on stage still get to share an hour, 15 hour, and 20 minutes of a great show, and they leave and go, "I didn't get chosen, but wow, when's the next one?" So it's just burned up social media.
Those are magnificent performances, and it's such a lively stage production. It's like Broadway style. I mean, I've seen one time you came out of a smoke-filled booth with a white suit as James Bond,
Right.
And other times they had the African safari.
Right. Had all the dancers.
Man,
Well, it's been, like I said, it's been a great partnership with Windstar, and they've been very wonderful with us on working with us with the World's Game Show.
You must bring millions of dollars to that casino.
I don't know. I know they pay millions of dollars out to people.
Let's go on to, I remember when you were a regular guest on Mark Cuban's TV show.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
And in fact, I was invited to one. I was backstage watching you come out, and you were doing things
That's right.
on television that Mark was saying, "Do you believe what you just saw? Could you do that over?"
Sure.
And that's what people say all the time. Tell us about by the way, the time that you drove blindfolded in Dallas.
Right.
In a car with Mark Cuban sitting next to you.
Well, that was actually for another fundraiser. East Texas Angels Network, Neil McCoy and his mother-in-law Patsy Williams, they do an awful lot for the indigent families in the area that they live in Longview. And Neil's a country artist, and I went out there and did that and got Mark to come in. At the time, Mark was getting a lot of fines in the NBA for getting mad, remember? And so I had a referee show up and tape his mouth closed, which I thought was kind of an ironic thing, to have that there would be fun. And then they put a black hood, they checked it out, the chief of police there in the Garland area was there. We did it with Jerry Reynolds, Prestige Ford at the time. And I went about 12 or 13 miles completely blindfold, and he couldn't say anything and tell me anything. And we only hit one curve, and we didn't go under 35 miles an hour. Ended up we started at a Whataburger location and ended up at the Prestige Ford over in Garland. So it was another opportunity to give back to the community.
And you drove how many miles blindfolded?
I think it was a little over 9 miles.
Oh,
yeah, we had police in front of us to make sure and clear the area, but yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, I remember that, and it was on video. It was all.
It was on the news.
Yeah.
The news covered it. It was a lot of things on social media covered it. So Mark was really awesome for doing that. He's got a big heart for the community also.
Yeah. How often do you perform around the country, and what are some of the venues?
It's always hard to say how much people say, how many days. It's hard to tell. It goes. I mean, there are times that I'll spend 25 days of a month out, and then there are times that I'm home for 2 weeks and then out for a week. So it's really from year to year. It really changes. It just depends on the tours and on where I'm being booked. But I do an awful lot in the corporate entertainment industry. Large corporations that come in and have me in for their events or conferences, conventions. And then I also do VIP private events at casinos across the country. And then, of course, we have the World's Game Show, which is now branching out to other casinos. We are in Riverwind in Oklahoma City. We'll be there later this month. And then we're working on some other places. So, yeah, very fortunate, very blessed to have the career that I do. And I don't get to do a lot in the area, so it seems like the only time I ever really do much in the area is when you call me and want me to do a fundraiser. So,
all right, call you and ask you please be a guest at the dinner party we're throwing.
Yes.
And because the guests are saying, is he going to be there? Is he going to be there?
I'm thinking you're selling tickets to that dinner now. I don't know, I could be wrong.
Yeah, I remember sometimes when you were leaving at the end of the night, you said, Bob, that'll be $20,000.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Annette cooks a great crown roast, so that's the only reason
worth
we
it
come.
then, right? I mean,
That's the only reason. That or rice and beans.
And I serve some excellent wines as well, so.
That's it.
But you don't drink, so it doesn't matter to you.
Okay.
All right, now, I just want to say, I've known you for over 15 years, I suppose, and I've seen you donate your time and talent to so many worthwhile causes. As busy a guy as you are, what drives you to do so much for others?
I just believe that saying that to whom much is given, much is required. So we're blessed. I know God's blessed Barbara and I amazingly in our business and our lives. We have our son. You did a story years ago on Sean with his heart problem. So we're really attuned to those type of things. And Barbara and I are always very aware of giving back to the community and doing what we can as much as we possibly can. Sometimes you can't do it and you feel bad, people want you to come to events, but I was available. Tom, I think, and you worked together to make this available, so I'll be there. I can't wait. It'll be fun to get to see folks, catch up that I don't get to see very often. So, and most importantly, help out with this young lady's and her family's plot, because I know what it's like with insurance and bills that are and it can be overwhelming to those folks. So,
well, again, I want to sincerely thank you for agreeing to be part of this
no problem.
Special event, and Annette and I will be part of it, part of the group watching you, and once again, eagerly looking forward to one of your performances. Thanks so much, Dave.
Oh, thanks so much, Bob. Annette, where's that crown roast at?
And thank you for watching.